Hello Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your general reading for September 2023. Keep in mind that the messages will not resonate with everyone. I do suggest that you check back to your Moon and Rising sign. Next month I will be taking personal readings, so you can reply to me at hiddenlotustarot@gmail.com. There it's on your screen, and say, hey Tara, I would like a 30-minute or a 60-minute reading, and I will respond back to you as soon as possible, usually within the same hour. So do check your emails as they come in. I have with me today the Radiant White deck, La Vida Sibila, and the Angel Answer cards. I have done some pre-meditation and pre-shuffling on your sign and glyph. I'm out of focus. There we go. And I would like to shuffle again once more, and then we will get started with the reading. It is Mercury retrograde, so we will try to keep the out of focus to a minimum. I'm just going to shuffle these a little bit. I did about 5 minutes of shuffling. And now we'll cut the cards. Your first card down is the Two of Pentacles. Next card is the Five of Cups. Last card is the Chariot. Now for our present row, the Four of Swords. This card has been coming out a lot for almost every sign, and I take it that perhaps all signs need to take a step back or break from communicating. Like perhaps you're on social media too much, and so maybe this is a time for you to collect yourself. Here is the Eight of Wands. That has a whole new meaning. And then the Empress. And the final row, the King of Wands, the Death card, and then the Two of Cups. That is an odd the way it came out. It's kind of odd. So what is the meaning of what is the card, the overall energy? It is the Tower. Well, let me see here. This is quite an interesting spread. I have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. I have 1 pentacle, 2 cups, 1 sword, and 2 wands. Now, let me first talk about this Tower card. When the Tower card appears in a reading, it simply means expect the unexpected. It is the only man-made structure in the tarot itself. It talks about changes in behavior, changes in the way that you think, changes in the way of your values. Suddenly something occurs and you have to have a change of mind or a change of heart. Usually it means some things that you thought were permanent and safe and secure are not any longer. So it requires you to change your viewpoint, to change your outmoded way of thinking. And sometimes it can even be that aha moment where suddenly you get an idea. Something happens to you quite rapidly, or something is revealed to you. Now, I have 2 2s, and 2 2s mean, I can't remember. That's the one thing about a stroke. You don't remember stuff a lot. And that's kind of good if there are bad memories. So 2 2s stand for an engagement or commitment. Now, that could be anything. It could be a business deal, a romantic deal, a friendship. What is a commitment? You sign a contract or you agree to something. What is an engagement? You have promised somebody to do something. So past, present, future. Past, present, future. I'm going to go out on a limb. Let me come back to the Empress. This 2 of Pentacles. It's a 2 and it means a choice, an option, an opposition, a duality, a crossroads. What it stands for is maybe you are dividing your time between 2 different things, or 2 different people, or 2 different jobs. It may mean that you have to juggle your finances for a while. There is not a promise of money contained in it, but it says that you are able to juggle the situation quite well. But you are all at sea. See the ships floating around, being tossed on the waves? Your feelings are kind of up and down. Next we have the 5 of Cups. And it's a 5. It talks about changing energy. It's something that's not stable. It has a lot of tension in it. And this 5 of Cups says that there's something that you care deeply about, but you are disappointed. You may be bitter. You may be angry. You may be feeling at a loss. But I like to call this the 2 of Cups in disguise, because what it says is don't cry over the things that happened before. If you will turn around and face the other direction, there are 2 cups in which you can find happiness, even if the 2 cups are within yourself. And I say in a way that this is true. You do this because we have the Chariot. It is a 7. And the 7 is a spiritual number. All of these are spiritual numbers, are spiritual cards, but it's a spiritual number. And what it talks about is, what am I trying to say? What it talks about is having to travel a road alone, so to speak. It is the energy of contemplation. It says you have to stop and control your emotions about what you are doing and continue forward. It is a chariot. It is a war vehicle. It does not mean that the road will be easy or smooth or your travel will be fast. But what you have to do is take control of the reins, so to speak, and drive that chariot forward. As you can see, he has no reins, but by sheer will, he is controlling the motion of the chariot. Also, he has a moon crescent on his shoulder. So I think maybe this, if it happened between the first crescent moon and the last crescent moon, it means that the moon has something to do with it. It represents Cancer. So it says to me that emotions are really important, and they're going to be important in this situation for you to control them, to get the outcome that you desire. On the past row, I talked about taking a break, but it seems that you are going to have to take a break because the Eight of Wands has appeared. It is an 8, and it typically means it's a karmic number, and it's good and positive, but sometimes it can mean obstacles and hassles and hindrances block your way. What it really means is that the situation, something comes out of the blue. We see the 8 wands. We don't know where they're coming from or what they're aimed at. But the card says, hang on, because activities are fixing to are going to go very fast. It usually means messages coming in, or it means travel and connection with business. The Empress is a 3 card, and it could represent a moment of that there can be more than 2 people involved in a situation, and that there may be a pause before future successes are realized. But it is the female representation of Venus. She is pregnant. So this is about a gestational period and taking care of yourself and the things you need to before the situation develops fully. She says, you know exactly what you want and you won't settle for less. She also represents the goddess Ceres, and this could be happening in the fall. Sometimes it's summer, but I always look at her as a fall figure because of the wheat that's in the field. Because she is a representation of Venus, she doesn't like just beautiful things, and she doesn't just represent love. She represents fairness, balance, harmony, cooperation. And in this vein, with the 8 of Wands, it kind of tells me that you should do what you love and love what you do. But the odd man out of this card is the King of Wands. Now, true, you can be a queen or a king, in any given situation. It just depends on what you have going on. But this is definitely a masculine entity. As a profession, this guy is like a low-level entrepreneur, a businessman. He has a lot of irons in the fire and a lot of things to do, where he delegates tasks to others. He may even be a bit rash and a bit hasty and a bit quick. But he is faced towards the past. Smack dab in the middle of this future row is the death card. And it says, first of all, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You see the sunrise there in between the two towers. It says things are stopped in their tracks. And everyone around them, in fact, the king is dead. You see the cardinal, he is imploring death not to come. The woman is kneeling at death's feet, and the only person who is not begging or anything is his child, because he doesn't understand what's going on. It is the cosmic scissors. It comes to cut a situation completely to the end. Things will never go back to the way they were before. But curiously, the Two of Cups is here. Now, I could say that the Two of Cups represents two people that love each other, respect each other, they just get each other. It is a kind of energy where your health improves. Everything is good between these two people. But it can also represent the masculine and feminine side of yourself. The Leo, which tells me it's the month of August into early September. It could also mean that the right partner will come along in future, whether he's business or romantic. Another thing that strikes me is, if you are representative of the Empress, you are more than this king. She has a mate, the Emperor, and she is more than a queen any day of the week, just as he is not more than the Emperor. And this fact that the Two of Pentacles nearby has a definite influence. I think someone is dividing time, or they're not sure about something. Remember, twos represent choice, options, dualities, crossroads, and oppositions. Whether you are opposed within yourself about something, or someone is opposing you, actively opposing you. This row down the center, it seems to me that you are getting a message, but it is not a message. Maybe it is a message in which things are ending. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you're crying, you're sad, you're regretting things, and suddenly a message comes in, or travel, but it is canceled, and the message is canceled. It's not what you want to hear. But even still, from the Chariot, this says to slow down and think carefully. And I do think that this means either you will find the correct balance within yourself, the masculine and the feminine. You can love yourself with the masculine and feminine energies, and that you may be able to find someone else who would be a better partner. Now I'm going to look at these cards as they relate to the major arcana cards. I'm so glad I wrote this book, because I can't remember all of the things that I need to. With any 5 before or after the 2 of Pentacles, it implies that your energies are being scattered, leading to undue stress and confusion. Slow down, relax, and think carefully about each step you take at this time. Allow things to flow as they will, and have faith. That's another thing kind of inherent in the Chariot card. The 5 of Cups. It tells me nothing. The 4 of Swords. Here is a message that I think is important. It implies that you may have been previously involved in a complicated situation involving many people. 2 people or 3 here. You may now feel the need for solitude and to meditate and be at peace. This is a time to heal wounds from battles of the past. He is facing the past. Let's look at the 8 of Wands. It tells me nothing next to this card, but we go now to Death and the 2 of Cups. Here is a meaning with when the 2 of Cups appears. Even though this is not in the spread, there is an influence to the 2 of Cups. With the Tower, it tells of adjustments and readjustments needing to be made within a personal relationship. This could be caused by unexpected circumstances or changes, or because of stress or pressure caused by waiting for any expected news or information. So, what I want to do, and this could be funny because this is somewhat like I'm being told that someone is taking a car and a plane. But it looks like if he's coming, he is going in the opposite direction. So, I don't like pulling cards on a major arcana card, but I want to know what is coming to an end. And it could be saying, believe it or not, that whatever the situation is, if there are misunderstandings, everything will turn out okay. Now that can't be true for everybody in Capricorn. But there is indicated a lot of movement in this spread. We have the 8 arrows flying through the air. We have a representation of a vehicle, boats, and a horse. So we're going to see what the Death card is talking about. Conversations. It just means when many people sit down and have a good time. It can even indicate being in a public place like a restaurant and having general conversations. The conversation is nice and pleasant. But we have the dispiacere. Now I have 2 aces here, a cup and a sword. And the dispiacere says that you will receive some news that will cut you to the quick. The card doesn't tell me what the news is about. It's just that the open letter on the table and the woman's reaction to it tells me everything that I need to know. It's something unexpected and it hurts. The Giovane Fanciulla. This is the representation of a Queen of Wands. She is neither negative or positive. She just is a fire queen. Now, the regular meaning of this card, Giovane Fanciulla, means attraction to a young girl. What that can also mean is that the sense of naivety, vulnerability are present in the person. And what this could mean is there's a conversation that's going to be had, but that it's going to hurt, and maybe because the 2 of Pentacles is here, somebody been splitting their time between 2 people. It says that it comes to an end and he goes back with this Queen of Wands. So I'm going to pull an angel answer card, and even if that's true, if you get your emotions in check and think seriously about the situation, if this was a situation where you were having an affair with somebody, it couldn't last. It wasn't meant to last. So get a hold of your opinions, of your emotions. You know exactly what you want. So why would you settle for somebody else's man? Somebody will come along who is better suited. This says improving health. Now, if you have been feeling like this and your emotional health is all upset, then this can apply to you. Even this card has a sense of illness about it, that you need to take care of yourself. The angels want you to know that the health of the person you asked about is going to improve. You can request the assistance of Archangel Raphael and your guardian angels to spread along the recovery. This card may also be urging you to make more helpful choices in your life. So implying to you. If you're feeling called to detox from harmful foods or substances, you should follow the guidance. Removing unhealthy practices from your life will make you vibrant and strong. If this happened to be a toxic situation, you need to remove it from your life, because you will find happiness down the road. That's what I have for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Until next time, namaste and bye.